Walk, 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 walk. All he does is walk, 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 walk. Yeah, Juan Soto. That's all he does. He gets up there. He's looking for the walk at all times, is what it seems like to me. He's not swinging at anything. He's letting good pitches go by. Fastballs right down the damn middle. He's just watching them go by. Great. Walks get you a higher on base percentage or whatnot. They may beef that up just a little bit, you're on base. But it's not like Juan Soto is this speed demon, and when he's on base, we can expect him to just steal second and third, and he's, in scoring position or 90 feet away from home plate every single time that he gets a walk. That's not the case here. If I remember correctly, if I'm not wrong, on StatCast, it showed that Pete Alonso is actually just a tad bit faster than Juan Soto in a dead sprint or whatnot, which is abysmal. I don't even understand how that's a thing. But I need this guy to start trying to get some hits. It's like he does not want to get in there and get and swing at anything. Yes, he does swing with, every once in a while he'll light up the day and he'll get a home run here or there. And he had a couple of games so far this year where he's had multiple home runs in a game. But the pattern is that he's looking for the walk. It makes sense why he, broke that record for the most walks for somebody who's, before the age of 26, whatever the stat was. He has the most walks ever in MLB history for a person his age or whatnot. And it's making sense. And I think it's hurting the team. We need him to get up there and start hitting. We need some hits. We need the whole Mets squad as a whole to really start hitting. We'll get back to that. Welcome to the Mets layer, man. It was a horrible day yesterday. Let's talk some New York Mets baseball. Mets lost 6-2. That was the final. They're now 28-17. The Yanks are 26-18. We already went over Juan Soto. He was getting booed just like I thought he would. Every single time he was getting up to the plate, he was getting booed. It was getting to the point where the Yankees fans actually started to look back because Juan Soto was pretty much laughing at him. You can tell how much Juan Soto has affected them, and he's living rent-free in their daggone brains because they are terribly bothered by the fact that he's wearing a Mets uniform right now. Hopefully he gets better and we can make them eat crow or whatnot. But as of right now, they're still having a hard time with the fact that he left them as if, they're the greatest organization that's ever existed or whatnot. And you're a fool to ever leave them. They're just the Yanks. They're not all that. Anyway, let's move on. Tylor Megill. Tylor Megill has absolutely lost his way. Tylor Megill looked terrible in his last 2 outings, and he hasn't looked good over his last 4 outings. Over his last 4 outings, he's got a 7.23 ERA, and all 4 of his last outings, the Mets have lost. He's given up 18 hits. He's got 11 walks, 3 home runs over the course of 18.2 innings pitched. He's looked terrible. He looked terrible again last night. He only went 2.2 innings. By the bottom of the third, he was out of there. Gave up 4 earned runs, 4 hits, 5 walks. He only had 4 Ks, and he now has a 3.74 ERA. So, the guy, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's lost his confidence. I don't know I don't know what it is, if it's a problem with his command, if he's trying to throw too much junk instead of just attacking. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like he's just missing all the time, giving up hits when he does attack or whatnot, leaving breaking balls hanging, and he's just looking bad, and he's not going to stick around for very long if this keeps up. Let's just be honest about this. I think the leash is going to get shorter and shorter on Tylor Megill if this continues. Like I said, his last 4 outings, he's cost the Mets the games. They've lost every single time that he has been on that mound or started on that mound in his last 4 games. Not good. Don't know what's going on with him. Offensively, it's not all his fault. Offensively, we're having a problem as well. Defensively, there's a little bit of a problem. We had that throwing error by Lindor early in the game. I think that's what cost us the first run. I think there was multiple problems on there. And I think Hernandez probably talked about this announcing the game or whatnot. But Lindor should have just ate that. He shouldn't have thrown that ball and threw it over or made that bad throw. He should have just ate it. There was no way he could have got that play. I think he's too busy trying to look good, trying to look like he's turning some amazing play when sometimes you just got to eat it. And maybe he just got a little bit too overzealous or whatnot. He's playing the Yankees. It's a Subway Series. It's a big rivalry. Maybe he's trying to put forth that extra effort or whatnot, and it came up and it cost him. And at the same token, I think Pete Alonso shouldn't have tried to go for that extra long stretch or whatnot. Come off the bag and get the ball if you need to. That way you don't cause a problem. You don't cause any issue. He ends up scooping the ball, trying to scoop it, and scoops it up in the air, has no idea where the ball went, and the ball lands out in past second base, out, just past, second base position, I should say, and is out there in the outfield, shallow outfield or whatnot. And Pete Alonso had no idea where the ball went. So one run scores, runners advance. I think at that point we had runners on third and second. I mean, just not good. Offensively, not looking good. 4 runs scored in the last 3 games by the Mets. The Mets are slashing 176, 279, and 253 with just 16 hits. 4 runs scored, like I said, in their last 3 games. Offensively, they've got to get it going. We can't keep blaming this on the pitching and the pitching only. Offensively, the Mets really have to start picking it up or whatnot. Acuna seems to have gone quiet at the plate. Pete Alonso has cooled off just a little bit here. Nimmo had 2 of the 5 hits last night. We only had 5 hits, and the first hit didn't even come until the 4th inning last night. And it was just a really rough game. The Mets really look bad. Like I said before, this is really going to determine who the Mets are this next 3 series. I think they got the Yanks, Boston, and then the Dodgers are coming to Citi Field. This is really going to determine what type of team we have, if they're the real deal or they just had a great start or whatnot. Pitching is starting to struggle just a little bit. Offensively, they're struggling. They really got to get it together. Tough outing by McGill. Kranick came in. They put up 2 runs on Kranick. Buto, for a change, actually looked pretty good. He's still not as good as his very first outing was an amazing outing. I don't know, last year before or whatnot. He went 6 or 7 innings, no hits, or not no hits, but no runs scored or whatnot. I mean, just a phenomenal outing, and that was the best that I think I can remember seeing him look or whatnot. Ever since that day, I don't think he's ever really looked as good as that initial outing of his, and he just still hasn't found his way back. But last night he did look good, but you can't count on him for any distance or whatnot. He's only good for an inning or 2 or whatnot, and that's pretty much it. The Mets did an okay job of keeping Judge contained, but other than that, I mean, the Yanks were just peppering the ball. The Yanks were hitting the ball left and right, walking, getting on base. They're a tough team to pitch against, and the Mets got to find a way to work around that if they want to win this series or if they want to take any games during this series. Today, game 2 is at 1:05 p.m. back in the Bronx, 3-series set. And Schmidt is going to be on the mound starting. He's a probable pitcher for the Yanks. This is a perfect opportunity for the Mets to try to take advantage of this guy. He's 1-1. He's got a 4.73 ERA. They need to take advantage of that, get out there, score some runs early. Offensively, they need to get going. Soto needs to get going. He can't go out here and bomb this entire series against the Yankees. That's just not going to be good and not going to look good on a team, especially given that contract. Griffin Canning is going to be on the mound. He's had a pretty good start this year. He's 5-1. He's got a 2.36 ERA. We'll see if he can get some distance. Hopefully he can go more than 2.2 innings like Tyler McGill did. We need him to go at least 6, 7. That would be great. If he can go that far, that means he's doing good and we're in a tight, game. And we're giving the Yanks a hard time if he's still on the mound, getting into those deeper innings, 5th, 6th, 7th inning. That means that we're in a good game and things are looking pretty good and we've at least got a shot at the game. But yeah, final score 6-2. Not a good first game there in the Bronx for the Mets, for the boys in blue, man. I don't know what's going on with this team. They're starting to drop way more games than I expected, and Soto just still doesn't appear to be really waking up, and the Yanks are letting Mets fans and Soto have it, and for good reason. And I think that eventually, like I've said multiple times, the Mets fans are going to get tired of it. Mets fans are going to get tired of Soto really getting up there and just looking for walks or whatnot right now. And it seems like the announcers and everybody around him are kind of cleaning up for him, trying to keep it quiet, and giving him a lot of excuses. And those excuses are going to run out. We got to really start seeing some turnaround from Soto, turnaround from the offense as a whole, and this team as a whole. Hopefully, we can get back on track, man. I'd like to see them take this game 2 and bring home a win, tie this series up, and go into a rubber game on Sunday. That would be the best outcome that we could get right now. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, the Mets turn things around and we get things rocking and shaking, and we do all right. Let's go, Mets.